Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the Cadence Connect, and today we're shaking it up. I've decided to check out, I guess, a few mainstream songs here and there. We're also gonna be checking out underground music like we've been doing. It's up to you guys to recommend songs. I will be checking them out, no doubt. On the first episode, I guess, of checking out a little bit of mainstream music, we're gonna be checking out music by Kane Keid. The track title is War, featuring ft.Tyson, Sybateli, and Priddy. And considering Priddy is my favorite, it was easy to choose this song. And I also know about ft.Tyson, Sybateli. And for the few tracks that I've heard to Kid, it sounds nice, so it was a no-brainer to check this music out. War, it was released a few weeks ago. Let's have the first listen.
Left foot, right foot, war outside. Left foot, right foot, it's war outside. Yeah. In preparation for pursuing paper, not because I'm patient, pages pressed against the pains and anchor. To the present day, I'm past the shame of placing faith in favors, only for the wages to come back and leave me all in anger. Angst because the bank ain't balancing my life with fame and anguish. Truly selfish, need to mention who would mention true potential as a new essential of doing damage and moving status cards. We was famished, dog, and now we screaming Mazel Tov, and we got us an awful lot of money on our mind, running out of time, still we on the grind, peace we feel inside. Left foot, right foot, it's war outside. Better fix your mind on the mission, it's war outside. Money on our minds, running all the time. Better fix your mind on the mission, it's war outside.
Right off the bat, I think you guys can tell the difference between the music I've been listening to before and this track. Clearly miles apart in terms of production. Overall, music-wise, let's get into this verse by Kane before the next one. And from the get-go, he expresses his desire and dissatisfaction, basically, with his current state of living. He goes on to say, "The pain's an anchor to the present day. I'm past the shame of placing faith in favors." Kane is clearly ready to blow up and prove himself. He also mentions his bank not balancing, with his life, fame and anguish, basically. As the track titles, he's clearly indicating that he's at war with himself, his feelings, his desires, to get that money. Kane's verse is all about the war of getting his money, in spite or regardless of the war that is clearly happening outside the world. His focus is on the money. It's about improving his lifestyle. And I mean, let's check out the second verse. Yeah, so far so good. Let's check out the second verse.
It's war outside. Money on our right foot, it's war outside. Better fix your mind on the mission, it's war outside.
On my mind, just trying to link at noon. Money on my mind, but I still think of you. Go to gym at 5, you go on Wednesday too. Close to dinner time, you get your favorite smooth. Then text me, heavy news just upset me. Free Congo, fuck the you enemy. Living with all my vices, I'm not the best with this life. Then I told my dogs I don't like this. They told me God lives in silence. I pray for better decisions. Hate the pressure from women, they've been my lesser decisions. They've been my lesson, forgive them, forgive my growth. I'm a shell, I'm a Dell, need the K's as well. 25 with the plate, the world weighing karma. Faced in myself by the bell, you tell, saving hell till it's heaven place. Here's my spell, abracadabra, head should have fell when I waved the wand for the spell.
Money on our minds, running out of time, still we on the grind, peace we feel inside. Left foot, right foot, it's war outside.
Tyson's war is more alive. If I should say it like that, it feels like his war is more alive. He mentions the woman, also the war in Congo, which I would classify as something physical. In addition to the mental, Tyson is clearly dissatisfied with the physical world and the pressures that come with it. He also brings up women to emphasize that his war is alive. The mental anguish that they bring, the growth that is basically come onto or gone through as a result of the women in his life or lack thereof, them being lessons that he has to go through as a person, as an artist, as a human being. Him being a shell, is war enough, and it's an experience that he himself has gone through. So far it's been 2 verses by Kane and Tyson. It's been amazing so far. Let's go. Let's check out the 3rd verse. Let's not make the video that long.
Mind on the mission, it's war outside. Money on our minds, running all the time. Still we on the grind, peace we feel inside. Left foot, right foot, it's war outside. Better fix your mind on the mission, it's war outside.
There's a war going on outside, we're not safe from. And somebody's last day was ended by his day one. We ate crumbs and kids shoot for fun, it's not a fake gun. There's kids seeing brain sponge, oozing out of lace fronts. We got some rebels killing kids in the Congo. They can't grow and most of them are orphans, so they John Does. And pronto, they won't raise a finger how their arms fold. These backhanded colonizers still got a strong home. Kamehameha, I'm Super Saiyan, I've gone gold. And God knows I smart like mom pose since the snot nose. There's potholes on the line road to the crossroads, and the L's put you back in line like a cornrow.
Money on our minds, running all the time. Still we on the grind, peace we feel inside.
Priddy with the last verse, I believe. Immediately he goes for the jugular, he says kids shoot for fun, it's not a fake gun. Reminds me of a video that has been going around social media about a few weeks now, I think, I think a group of 4, 5 or 6 boys walking around a Kasi with guns. They were shooting up basically, and walking around with guns, shooting up, and you can see the streets basically. It's clear, classic terrorizing of a Kasi, and they look like young kids, young boys, maybe even younger than me or my age, and those little lines by Priddy Ackley, they speak nothing but the truth. It's something that's happening here and everywhere. Again with the physical war that Tyson alluded to. Rebels killing kids in Congo, they can't grow, most of them are John Does. Again with the physical war, second time now that the war, or I guess the genocide that's happening in Congo has been brought up, and Priddy actually brings up a good point that all of this is happening, and a few options that are seen in terms of this war that is happening. Either the kids end up orphans or getting killed. At the end of the day, we as the world, we don't know them, as he calls them, John Does, or Jane Does. I don't know if a lot of people know, but Jane Does or John Does basically would say something or someone that is unknown. Whatever happens to them, they are unknown, so they don't know their names, so they call them John Does or Jane Does, or they are hiding the name. So with all of the war that is happening, basically these kids are unknown. So a lot of kids are dying, but we don't know them. They become John Does or Jane Does to us, because basically the world is mum to what is happening. So takes it a step further by saying the colonizers still got a strong hold, placing blame. And the last verse, Tyson said UN Emmy, basically saying the UN, the United Nations, that supposedly should be helping out the world, basically they are quiet on this type of issues, and mentions the Congo. And right now, considering the war that is happening in Congo, Priddy actually basically puts blame to the colonizers, saying this guy still got a stronghold. It's a lot to unpack, considering what Congo offers in terms of minerals and the whole fight. Verse 2 and verse 3 by Tyson and Priddy actually, they seem like they're two verses, but they seem like joint verses, like one long verse that's rapped by two people. Considering the subject matter, it's a long hard subject. It's a long and hard subject matter. The destabilization of countries, and Priddy actually in very little words, in a few words, basically summarizes or brings attention to this type of thing. Also alludes to being a gold artist, considering his last album, which was fire, by the way, probably best album of this year. Yeah, man, I would say War by Kane Keid, Tyson, Sybateli, Priddy ugly. It's absolutely one of the best tracks. Best track I've checked out on this channel. It's also an indication of what this track is. This is a mainstream trap. This is a mainstream track, and the difference is night and day between the tracks that I mostly do and this track. And I would say War by Kane Keid is absolutely fire. I think it's ready to blow up. We are at a point with, I feel like Kane Keid is at a point where the likes of Kid Teeny, where the likes of Shane Eagle, the likes of in the mold where he needs a few more songs, 2 or 3 songs. He breaks through that barrier. 2 or 3 songs, he breaks through that barrier, and a solid first project, or I guess first project in terms of the mainstream, him going up. And it's a different types of wars alluded to by the 3 artists, definitely relevant to the modern day, and they knocked it out of the park, man. I enjoyed this song, and you guys should also check it out. Tell me what you guys also caught on this track. And I didn't fully analyze every line. I just picked out the lines that stood up to me, and it's fire music. This is Cadence Connect. I just checked out War by Kane Keid.
Beats.